Okay, game two of 30,000 mile, 3,000 point tournament. Here I am on the table right beside us. It was the last table we had to put together. Two people showed up that weren't turned up. So we have a plywood table, and it's going to really mess with the camera. Sorry for that. But I'm playing against vampire counts, and the scenario here is there is just it's regular battle line. There's three objectives. Hold them at the end of the game by being near them, not having an enemy near you. And yep, so let me explain the terrain. That big red tower to the left you see is a tower of blood. Will give me hatred and frenzy if I'm within 6. If you leave it, you don't have it, so it won't come into play. That big giant rubble in the middle is a haunted mansion. This is the biggest haunted mansion I've ever seen, and as you will see, it's the most powerful haunted mansion I and you probably have ever seen. And then down here, right above my coffee cup, which is not part of the terrain, is a sinister shrine, and then Altar of Sigmar, I think, is that Sphinx in the middle of the table. That blue forest over there is just regular forest. The building to the top of the screen is, we just treat the outside as a barrier, as a fence, ghost fence, I believe. And then the only other terrain is that forest over there on his right flank. So let me go from left to right. I have, over there behind the tower, you can't see a, Mangler, a Spear Chuck, Wolf Riders, and then there's the Ragnarok, then there's the Rock Lava you can see, and right in front of my savages I have a Boar Chariot. Savages are to the left, the Night Goblins, that model is nothing actually on my screen, I think it's just a character. Then the Black Orcs, the Doom Diver right behind it, the Mangler in front of the Black Orcs, which turns out to be a bit of a problem, the Wolf Riders, the Wolf Chariot, and then the Spear Chuck behind. Now Vampire counts on the other end of the table. From right to left, he has 2 spirit hosts, a big zombie block with a level 2 in it, another spirit host, a big horde of ghouls with a terrorgeist behind it, and then a big horde of crypt guard with great weapons, and the hero BSB in there with a +1 to hit, with another terrorgeist behind him, and a corpse cart right in between the 2 terrorgeists. Then there's a unit of 5 crypt horrors, another terrorgeist, and then a skeleton bunker. I don't think it's bunkering anything, actually, it's just a big block of skeletons. And I got turn 1, I believe. Yep, I do. And this is what I was talking about the photos. Hope this doesn't bother y'all's eyes, but just showing you setup again. You can see it just on the other side of the tower here. And my plan going into this is I'm okay with any of my combat blocks into his. I've got, if you can touch terrorgeists, you can kill them. They're terrible in combat, but they can scream and they can scream. And he's got these, on the left I'm kind of worried about these skeletons coming in and giving somebody steadfast and me not crumbling them like I need to. I know I'm just going to stop Invocation and a heck every time it comes up. And I got Foot of Gork this game, so I'm just going to try and pound those units in the middle and then walk through them. That's the game plan anyways. Okay, after movement I move my Night Goblins into the building. Might as well, I'm just going to take the hits. Everything moves up here. The Mangler rolled low, so I don't get to move too far over here, which was dumb. And as you'll see, Manglers hate spirit hosts. You can't hurt them. So this Sinister Shrine did a wound to my Wolf Chariot and took away a Wolf Rider. Posted on the field. Let's see. And over here, I've got moved up the Boar Chariot a bit. Moved up the Ragnarok. Just went straight forward with the Mangler just to get out of everybody's way. Maybe he'll fly the terrorgeist out and I can reach it or not. But even if he just goes and screams at the Mangler, that's okay. He just screamed and got 65 points. I'm okay with that. I believe you can see, yeah, he's making his movement, so it's actually middle of 1, and I got to Foot of Gork and I put a big version off, and I put it in the middle of the Graveguard, but it just, every time it scattered straight off into the ghouls, so I killed a bunch of ghouls. Doom Diver went after, and Siege went after the Terrorgeist. I think I caused like 1 wound onto the corpse cart, and this is his movement. He's moving up these spirit hosts to block a good bit, as you can see. You can see a bit of the damage I did to the ghouls there. He did not come up with the Terrorgeists, which I guess is smart. Otherwise, I could have probably hurt them pretty bad. But they're also not screaming. And that's wrong up there. That is not bottom of 2. I believe this is bottom of 1. Yeah, big dice right there, bottom of 1. Yep. Again, it's not bottom of 2. Yeah, this is him after movement for spells. Let's see, he got off, this Black Orc block lost about 7 models to Curse of Years because I stopped at Invocation. And yeah, and sorry for this photo, but this is movement again. Wow, that doesn't. Anyways, Wolf Riders move up, Chariot dies, Mangler gets stuck in front of me. You can see some of the Black Orcs missing. But big news is over here. Ooh, that hurt. Big news is over here. Got the Ragnarok and the Chariot into the Cryptors. I was sort of reluctant to make this charge. I knew he would just scream at me if I didn't move. But however, I move there and he doesn't have to move very far and he can scream at me, so I sort of just gave him easier, more protected screams. However, you know, what are you going to do? Got the Mangler up past the dangerous Wolf Riders, failed their animosity and had to charge these Spirit Hosts here on the left. Move my Savages up. It's where after I know this Ragnarok's going to die. I know this Chariot is going to die. So after they're dead, hopefully my Savages can go there, and I know they will shred those Cryptors. Yeah, the big guys. Alright. I get that spell removed in my magic phase, and then I don't get anything through. And I did no impact hits. I did 1, didn't wound. Spider missed a ton. Don't get the Thunderstomp. I took a win with the Chariot. I did win, however, I won by 1, and he's got his BSB near, so he didn't crumble. But I did. Yeah, I killed one guy with a big D6 wounds thing, and then put 2 wounds on another one. Okay, bottom of 2 after his movement, he just walks his Spirit Host right into it. And this Spirit Host on the right, actually the middle one, charged my Wolf Riders. In hindsight, I should have held, but I fled, and I didn't flee far enough. And so I'm sitting here right in front. I can still charge the Spirit Host, and Gorbad can hit it with his magic weapon. But yeah, so sitting here like this, bottom of 2, the Terrorgeists fly over here. The left one will scream at the Mangler and kill it. The other one will scream at the Ragnarok and kill it. And I believe the Cryptors all attack the Chariot, and it just disappears. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. However, these wolves over here are just hanging on. I pass a lot of really low leadership rolls, which is nice. Keeps that Spirit Host from getting into my Savages. My Fencer's Blade dude would take care of it. However, I don't want that to happen. And this is his line at top of 3 before I make my charges. And so I declare a charge here on the Cryptors, and I make it. And I move my Night Goblins out of the tower and put my corner there. And so for his Crypt Horrors, sorry, not Crypt Horrors, it's Grave Guard to make a charge into my Night Goblins, it would have to be a flank. However, he can't wheel, and then I couldn't close a gap, so it would be a failed charge, and he can't get to my Savages. So I'm effectively holding him off there for a turn. His, you know, and what I actually really want is his Crypt Ghouls to charge me in the front of the Night Goblins. That's just going to show his flank to Grimgor's unit, which makes me pretty happy actually. So yep. Shooting, I put some wounds onto this to the right Terrorgeist. I kill the corpse cart, and I do that to the Crypt Horrors. God, I can never think of their name. I do a bunch of wounds there. However, they don't crumble completely. And Stick, he puts 1 wound on my BSB. That's that blue dice you see. And I tried to give poison attacks to my guys. Rolled a 1 from a magic mushroom, and that's what that other blue dice is for my shaman. He took a wound. And there's another close-up on this charge dilemma he's got. He can hit me, he can't close the gap, and then I can't close the gap. So it would be a failed charge. However, what he tries to do is, I forgot to say that his general is the front right model on this big Graveguard unit, the vampire. and he charges him out of the unit as long with the ghouls into my night goblins. And I personally am okay with that, because if I can hold and then get into the flank, my combat res will pop the vampire, and I'm way okay with that. He just doesn't really move the Terrorgeist. He's going to scream into this combat. Bottom of 3. And this is what it looks like after my charges. Sorry, I missed a few photos here. It's getting in the middle of the day. Just wait till the third game. I miss a lot of photos. Sorry about that too. But so what happens on the right is I hit that spirit host. I reform the wolves. Get out of my way, because they can rally and then move. And then I was actually in the flank of that spirit host. He closed the door, and I was able to overrun like this. And this is before combat. Now, what happened at the bottom of 3 is I issued a challenge with my Night Goblin champion. His vampire had to accept. He got a ton of overkill or whatever, and I was steadfast, and I have Grimgore close, so I passed it on a 9. And my BSB's in the unit, so no need for a reroll. And now here, what's going to happen is I'm going to actually issue a challenge to my level 2. I didn't have to do that, but I'm sitting on 1 wound. He could allocate attacks there if he wanted, and even though he probably just killed Night Goblins. But if I only let him get that model, it means later on against the ghouls, I can hang around longer. So that's what I do. I've already used my scroll. So yep, as you can see, not too many. My siege engines are doing a pretty good job of keeping these wounds down on these Terrorgeists, and they're not getting great rolls, or I'm at least passing a lot of ward saves with the combination of that, all that. So yep, and this is still top of 4. I don't believe this is after. This might be after combat. Yeah, it is, because I have had my shooting phase, killed that Terrorgeist, or one of them, and sorry, this is after combat. So as you can see, the vampire popped. I actually had the. I'm gonna go back. Top of 4. I killed the Crypt Horrors here from Crumble, or I killed them outright. No, I killed them from Crumble, so I just had to reform. Could not overrun. And then I was able to charge the Graveguard and hit them, and I'm loving that combat. I'm going to swing first. I'm going to take away attacks, and I have no armor anyways. I'm just going to have a 5-up, so it's better than to swing there than it is on my Black Orcs. And yeah, I'm enjoying this combat. Like I said, here we go. Shaman's dead, but so is their general, and so are most of these guys. However, let's see. Bottom of 4, he charges the rear of the Black Orcs with the Spirit Host. And because Grimgore is in base contact with these ghouls, that's where he has to swing. He can't make way and go to the back. And this Terrorgeist comes over here to scream into the Night Goblins, and these that's what I was worried about, is these skeletons come in and they break. They add a bunch of combat res for him, which it's gonna be, and I'm only strength 4 right now, so he's gonna have armor saves on his Graveguard, and he's gonna have parry saves on his skeleton. So well, 6-up on a skeleton. So he actually makes a lot of those. And this is after combat. I hold over there on the left. I think I needed an 8. I got it. Screamed in the Night Goblins. But here's the deal: is my Black Orcs are tied up for another turn, because it's about to be my turn and I can't charge. I've got to send Grimgore in the back rank to deal with Spirit Host. And otherwise, had I been able to stay on these ghouls, they would have just been wiped out. Because Grimgore swung, he took models away there. Yeah, so this is top of 5. I am on Snake Eyes to rally with my Savages, I believe. Maybe not Snake Eyes, but it's tough. I don't believe I rally. I've done some more wounds to this Terrorgeist with some siege, but there's not many more. There's about 3 Graveguard left, and the hero BSB. The skeletons are going to come charge, and there's one there's one ghoul and 5 Night Goblins after he screams. There is 1 Night Goblin left, and then there's the Haunted Mansion. If any of y'all don't know what it does, however, there was 1 ghoul, One night goblin, haunted mansion kills both of them. Same, same turn. It was very comical. Grimgor kills that, and he moved his Terrorgeist over here. Uh, I think that's the only misplay on his part he might have made, because I'm able to. This is the end of his turn, because I'm going to be able to make that charge. He can't flee, and I would not have been able to charge those Graveguard and get those points, I don't believe. So at the end of my turn, I have charged the Terrorgeist and killed it. I have overrun and clipped the remaining Graveguard, and my Doom Diver killed the BSB. And down here in the bottom, he was able to charge and catch my Savages, and these wooden dice are the objectives. And so he is claiming this one down here in the bottom and the one at the top right, and I'm going to claim the one in the top left. So all I really have left is a Spear Chukka, either a Rock Lob and a Doom Diva, and this big unit. And I win barely. It was a marginal victory for the Orcs and Goblins. Great game to my opponent. And yeah, that's the end of game 2. And I'm doing pretty good going into the third game of the day. Really tired, but see what happens.